potentially Britain could be, put on notice because Donald Trump has vowed to impose tariffs on countries that charge VAT, leaving Britain at risk of a £24 billion blow to its economy. The US president issued the warning on Thursday as he laid out his plan for reciprocal tariffs. He said, "I've decided for purposes of fairness that I would charge a reciprocal tariff. It's fair to all. No other country can complain." But it's not yet clear whether Britain will be specifically singled out by Trump, as the US vowed to address each country one by one. I mean, he tends to be using these tariffs as a diplomatic tool more than anything. The UK government will no doubt seek to negotiate to avoid tariffs, which could lead to a 21% levy on goods exports to the US if the president targets Britain's VAT changes. Now, never before have I been so excited about tariff conversations as I am in the current New World Order, but I don't know enough about it. So let's speak to Adam Coleman, who's a columnist at the New York Post. Hi, Adam, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Now, we talk a lot about the special relationship, and we kind of hope that, Trump doesn't seem to like the EU. Guess what? Neither do I. Keir Starmer, slightly different opinion on that one. And we sort of hope that, maybe he might sort of make an exception to the rule when it comes to us. What do you think?
I think that Trump is making good on what he said from the very beginning. He said, I would even say from his first term, if people listen to what he was saying, that even our allies are ripping us off. They're not paying their fair share when it comes to NATO, and they're getting unfair trade deals with us, and America is losing the benefits from it. I think we've had too many people who stayed in our government who don't value what the United States has, and they've given a lot away for free. They've created trade deals that somehow benefit the person that's making the deal in the United States, but not the American people. And there's an obvious trade imbalance. And what he's doing now is using tariffs as a way to get their attention and come to the table. And he's done that multiple times when it came to illegal immigration with Canada, Colombia, Mexico. So tariffs just gets their attention, right? It's the big ask. He says, I'm going to do a 10%, 25% tariff. They say, hold on a second. And then they actually start the negotiation.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that's absolutely fascinating is America is one of our biggest trading partners, and we have no free trade agreement with America, by and large, in a sort of reverse direction. Obama used it as a stick to hit us with during Brexit. He said, well, if you leave the EU, you're going to be back at the queue for negotiating a trade deal with us. Whereas Donald Trump has always liked the idea of Brexit. He's good mates with Nigel Farage. He basically said kind of the opposite, front of the queue. We want to do great trade with Britain, but unfortunately, the leftists in the UK, this lot now running the country, all started screaming about chlorinated chicken. And imagine there's going to be a load of people from US medical insurance companies chasing ambulances with clipboards, which is for the birds, quite frankly. But their tune has changed somewhat. And it seems to me that one of the ideas now is to send King Charles over on a charm offensive to the US to help smooth out diplomatic relations. We know President Trump loves the royal family. Is there still a way to salvage a special relationship? And if there is, what sort of things might Trump be asking of Britain? What sort of conditions might there be to make sure that these tariffs don't come?
Well, I would actually want to address one thing. I don't think our relations are being hindered. I don't think this is like a breakdown or anything like that. This is a reconvening. What they want to do is say, listen, we like you guys. We have no problem with you. We're not about to go to war or anything like that. And he doesn't want to have a trade war with the UK. What he's saying is, let's go over this. If we're supposed to be mates, let's go over this and actually come up with something fair, because right now it seems like you're getting the better end of this deal. And we need to come up with something where we both sacrifice something rather than you get all the leverage and we get none. So I don't think this is a diplomatic issue. I don't even think that, Trump is saying we should no longer deal with anything with the United Kingdom. He said specifically, I'm going to every single country, and we're not taking our relationship for granted with either one of them, or allowing that previously good relationship to be something that keeps us from fairness. So he said from the very beginning, this is about fairness. And it's not just for us, but it's also for you as well. But it seems like there's an unfair balance when it comes to other countries trading with the United States.
Brilliant. Thank you for your perspective. Adam Coleman, columnist at the New York Post. It looks like we're at a Lib Dem convention. We're both sort of sitting there in yellow. Blimey.